So ever since the Bleach manga ended and we were getting all these new forms for all of the characters, one of the more common versus battles within the Bleach series was Bankai Kenpachi versus Adult Toshiro, and I thought that it sounded like a pretty interesting fight to do, so I thought I'd go ahead and cover it in today's video. Now, I do want to go ahead and specify that we are going to be taking Bankai Kenpachi and Adult Toshiro and starting them off in these forms at the beginning of the fight, because if we had it start off like naturally where they were both in their base forms and had to progress into their higher forms, Kenpachi would just absolutely murder Toshiro. He's far stronger than Toshiro is in base, not to mention that Toshiro can't just snap into his adult form, so he would really have no way of getting up to Kenpachi's level. We actually have a blatant clash between the two where Kenpachi tells Toshiro, hey, if I didn't hold back my hit just now, I would have split you in half. So just so we can actually have a video here and it's not just Kenpachi splits Toshiro in half before they even get into these forms, we're going to start them off Kenpachi in his Bankai and Toshiro in his adult form. Now, the scaling for both of these characters is going to revolve around Gedard, as Kenpachi was able to just utterly dominate third form Gedard and was gearing up to fight fourth form Gedard, but that's when his power gave out, so we don't know if he would actually have been able to fight fourth form Gedard, but you know what, we'll just go ahead and give it to him since it looked like he was gearing up to fight him, right? Because Toshiro actually fought that version of Gedard and was doing very well against him. You know, he was making Gedard exhaust all of his abilities. Gedard was like, I have this sword. He's like, oh, it's frozen. Okay, I have these arrows. Oh, they're frozen. Well, let me just grab you. And Toshiro's like, well, I'm just gonna freeze you again. So it's like Gedard literally had to exhaust all of these abilities just to deal with Toshiro. Toshiro was mocking him the entire time, going like, oh, well, maybe if you were just 4 seconds faster, you wouldn't have gotten frozen. So yeah, if we just said that Kenpachi was relative to third form Gedard and we took the feat of like Toshiro bodying the fourth version of Gedard, I mean, Toshiro would just one-shot Kenpachi. So just so we can actually have a fight, we'll give it to Kenpachi. We'll give him the credit that just because he was gearing up to fight fourth form Gedard, we'll say that he's on the same level as Toshiro. Although, just because they're even in power now doesn't mean that Kenpachi even stands a remote chance against Toshiro, because even in his regular Bankai, he has plenty of techniques that he'd be able to employ that would easily give him the W, much less the abilities he gets in his adult Bankai. For instance, he has Ice Clone, which he wouldn't normally spam in a fight because, you know, like say when he's fighting Hollybell, he's like, she's too smart to fall for this multiple times. But against someone like Bankai Kenpachi, who's literally this mindless beast, of course it's going to be a lot more effective against him because he's not going to be formulating strategies against him and really thinking about everything that Toshiro is doing. He's just going to be like, I need to kill this guy that's right in front of me. So he can actually use the Ice Clones to his advantage on this one and like spam them for say 4 seconds, get off his Bankai ability, and then Kenpachi's frozen. There's also the ability that he used against Hollybell that I can't exactly pronounce, but the one where basically the snowflakes start falling and like once they first touch you, you basically just turn into this giant ice pyramid and you can't get out, which to Toshiro's credit, he was able to use this on Hollybell and she wasn't able to get out while she was much stronger than he was. So Toshiro can seal people in this that are much stronger than he is. So even if for whatever reason you thought that Kenpachi would be stronger than Bankai Toshiro, then he would just seal him in this ice and Kenpachi wouldn't be able to get out. As we've seen, Toshiro freeze people and seal them in this that are much stronger than he is. Now, getting into the abilities he gets in his adult Bankai, for one, he can freeze people that are immune to being frozen or at least have some level of immunity against the elements like Gedard said he had, and yet he was still able to freeze Gedard. Not to mention that when Toshiro freezes you, your powers are sealed as well. So what? He freezes Kenpachi's Zanpakuto, and then Kenpachi goes down to like base levels of power, then Toshiro just one-shots him. Basically, in this battle where they're pretty even in power, it just comes down to who has the better abilities, and Kenpachi literally has no abilities to use against Toshiro, where Toshiro just has this entire arsenal that he can unleash on Kenpachi. But that's all that I have for you guys. Please leave a like and subscribe. Also, comment your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you had any problems with anything I said in this video, feel free to hit up my Discord, which is linked down in the description below. I'm always down to debate or discuss this with you guys, and just join also if you just want to hang out and just chill, man. It's a pretty chill place. But I also am going to be linking a poll in the top right hand corner for the next Fate video, which was supposed to be the extra class video, but I didn't link it at the end of the Coup Alter video, so I'm going to be putting it in here. Your options are Jeanne d'Arc for Ruler, Edmond Dantes for Avenger, BB for Moon Cancer, Okita Soji Alter for for Alter Ego, and Abigail Williams for Foreigner. So vote on which character you want me to cover for the extra class video. With all that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.